So there is an emphasis on sporting activities and non-critical thinking type of things.
Oh yes, we sort of split it into half and half. There's the cerebral aspect, and then in the afternoons we'll have all the sporting things like canoeing, high ropes, zip wire, what else, archery, all these kind of things, which we don't, we're not constantly talking at them and trying to educate. There is a lot of emphasis on fun, so I hope the kids will enjoy what we've had planned.
Is bullying a problem?
In our camp or in general,
well,
do you mean?
I know in general camps it is a problem. I'm hoping you're going to say that the atheists are much nicer.
Well, it's actually our first year of operations, so I would like to think that the atheists are nicer. From my experience in the American camps, when I volunteered at Camp Quest, Michigan, there was relatively little bullying. But I think that the reason for that is that in America, a lot of the kids themselves had been victims, maybe not of bullying, but of discrimination or of other kids saying, why don't you believe in God? So the kids were very aware that they were in a minority and they weren't necessarily approved of by their peers. So I think that maybe influenced it over there. I can't possibly comment on what the kids are going to be like over here. I'm as curious as you are. Tell you that.
I mean, I would think it must be quite different because obviously this is a secular country, not necessarily officially, but there's so many atheists or agnostics in the country, then the kids won't have experienced generally as much or anywhere near as much prejudice, I would have thought, as Americans. And so I guess that's going to add a different flavour. Do you think it's going to be popular with people over here?
Well, I think it's very different because obviously America is officially a secular country, whereas here we're officially a Christian country, and yet the sort of various religiosity of the two countries are sort of reversed.
Yes.
So
yeah. I
I think the issue here is that obviously we have a lot of faith schools which are state sponsored, and faith is very much in the political arena more than perhaps some people would like. So I think it's more a question of kids who go to school and they're forced to take part in collective worship every morning, and which is a sort of, I think that's a divisive measure even for children who aren't Christians. Muslims or Jews and atheists are all forced to take part in this collective worship, which is specifically of a Christian nature. So I feel that it's more a general tone that if you're not a Christian, then there's something not quite right with you. And I think that that's something that I experienced in my childhood. Even though I was raised by non-religious parents, the schools I went to, they did make me feel a little bit like there was something wrong with me because I didn't believe or I didn't buy their stories or something like that. So I think on this side of the pond, it's more about letting the kids know that it's okay to be an atheist or be an agnostic or believe what you want to be. There's no obligation to act a certain way or believe certain things just because everyone else does, or just because it's written in law that you have to pray once every day at school. So I think that's a very positive thing that we can offer, and we've actually had a lot of good response and a lot of people who are very enthusiastic about this in the UK, which is very exciting because I was expecting like you to think, oh, well, maybe the summer camp tradition isn't as alive here, and we're not really that religious, so why would anyone care? But it's exciting to know that there are people who do care and they do support us.
Fantastic. And so you say that you've got all your counsellors, which are the people that are looking after the kids rather than how we tend to use the word in this country, counsellors meaning therapists.
Oh, yeah, no.
You've got all of them for this year, and what about if somebody wanted to volunteer for a future year? How could they do that? And also, is it now that kids can already sign up to come along, or when does that begin?
Yes, we're open for bookings now for kids. We are about, we're not quite sure the number that we're going to have for our first year, but we'd like to get 25 to 30 kids, and so we're about a third of the way there, half to a third of the way there. So the places are filling up, but we'd like a good-sized number. As far as counsellors are concerned, we will open registration for counsellors for next year from September, and we'll make the selection by next December, as we did this coming year. So anyone is welcome to apply to be a counsellor from then, and we appreciate all volunteers. If people don't want to be a counsellor, there are other ways that they can help out. Number one is to donate some money. We'd really like some of that. And also to spread the word, tell everyone about Camp Quest, and really just raise consciousness of it in the UK.
Is it an all summer long thing? Is it a weekly thing?
It just lasts a week. Actually, this year we've got 5 days, but we're hoping in subsequent years that we will expand it to a week, maybe even 2 weeks, because I think that kids really get a lot out of the time that they spend there.
Yeah, I probably would have preferred summer camp if it was only for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Did you go all of the summer long then?
Yes, exactly. And it's funny because my first summer camp I went to, I thought it was a Jewish camp because everyone was Jewish there. But then when I worked at an actual Jewish camp, you had to say prayers and stuff.
Yeah, what's that about?
And so if people want to find out more, they can go to your website.
Yes, that's the best way.
So it's camp-quest.org.uk, is that right?
That's right, camp-or-quest.org.uk. And there's a lot of information on there. There's also, if they want to find out about the Camp Quest in America, it's camp-quest.org. And they're all linked up, all the different ones. There's 6 in North America at the moment.
Fantastic.
So
and
really,
it's going to be in the West Country, in Bath and Bruton, is that right, around that sort of area?
Yeah, in Somerset. And, well, we're holding it there for this year, and we'll see how it works out. We may change, but we may stay there if it's a good site.
And I believe there's one in the Smoky Mountains of North Carolina over here.
Yeah, there's the Smoky Mountains. There's also one in Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota, California, and Ontario.
Wow, how exciting. And if English parents wanted to send their kids a bit further afield, can they send them to the American ones?
Absolutely, yeah. And we'll accept the American kids if they want, since the pound is so weak against the dollar right now.
Mm. And what about in other countries? Is there anywhere else apart from the States and now over here?
Mine is the first camp to cross the pond outside of North America. There are talks of a Camp Quest being held in Germany and Switzerland, but that's not going to happen for a couple of years. But maybe in the future, I don't know. Maybe Camp Quest Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that would be good. Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you very much, Samantha, and good luck with it.
Yes,
thank you. Thanks very much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.